Hey internet, what's up? My name's Marissa. If you're new here, if you're not, then welcome back. Today we are going to do a cute little curly hair routine because people do ask me that question a lot about my hair. Is it curled? Did you do this yourself? Is this fake? Is this how it does? How do you do this? You know, the usual. I don't really have any professional knowledge, if anything that I say is going to be correct or not. Also, some things may work for me and not for you. If you have my curl type, I would definitely say that I'm somewhere in between like a 2C and a 3A, and then some of my hair is always straight. There's a lot that happens in my hair. It doesn't all curl the same way. It's a mess, that's what I would like to call it. And yeah, I'll show you what I do, and then I guess that we can all hop in the shower together, get real cozy with each other. Don't know how I'm gonna do that yet, but I'll take you through on how I use everything as well. So I don't wash my hair, but probably about maybe once a week, like a week and a half. That might sound really disgusting to some of you, and then others it might sound like it's too much. Everybody kind of has different preferences on how and when they wash their hair, but my hair doesn't really get oily ever. I don't know if you can just tell from seeing this. My hair is pretty dry all the time. It doesn't really get oily, and I'm not really running around doing physical activity ever. So there's not too much of a reason for me to just wash my hair on a regular basis, like every 2-3 days. That's way too much for me. My hair will dry out and start falling off. Well, not like out of my head, but like breaking off. That might also be because it's dyed, but whatever. This is what works for me. Washing your hair every like 2-3 days when you have curly hair is like not good. From everything that I've seen. Once again, I'm not a cosmetologist, but from everything that I've seen and all the videos on this, everybody has the general consensus: if you've got curly hair, you should probably wait a little bit longer because it is pretty dry usually, but it's not oily at all, and it's kind of a mess if you wash it too often. And if you wash it too often, it can end up making it more dry. Fun fact, if you have curly hair. It's just not very good for your hair, just in general. So the next thing that I'll say that I do a lot, I definitely use hair masks all the time. It is a saving grace to my hair. I need that kind of moisture. I only put it on the ends, not at the root, but that can really help. I don't think that I've always had curly hair, just from what my mom has told me. I think in pictures, I think when I was younger, it was like just coming out of my head straight like it is right now, and like I was always like that. Now I can't get my hair to stay straight to save my life. If I want it straight, I have to go over it multiple times, which is why I usually don't straighten my hair and I just leave it curly, because it takes way too long and it's bad for your hair. Just all around not great. I don't really know how this method is gonna go with my bangs being cut right now. I've had bangs before, but it's been a while, and I was mostly throwing my hair up at that point. So I definitely wear it down a lot more than I used to. I wash my hair with the Shea Moisture Coconut Hibiscus Curl and Shine shampoo. I definitely try to stray from things with sulfates, parabens, all of that stuff in it, which this doesn't have, and definitely from silicones, which is usually in conditioner, not shampoo, but all of that stuff can make your curls not as healthy, and it's just overall not good for your hair just in general, because it strips out the natural oils and all of this hair science. Definitely way more videos on the science behind that, so don't just take my word for it, because I'm not a hair scientist. So that's just everything that I've heard, and from switching over from things that did have those things to things that don't, there is a difference. So just saying. And when I do shampoo my hair, you'll see I pretty much only keep it on my roots. I don't put it throughout my hair because once again, I'm not getting this part of my hair dirty. Like I don't do anything unless I just feel like there's a lot of like product buildup in it and it just needs to get out, then I'll do it, but I usually don't, so you'll see that. And I condition with the, I think it's OGX, the OGX Argan Oil conditioner. I don't have a particular reason why I use this other than I just like the way that it makes my hair feel, and it does have argan oil in it, which is great. I put that in my hair also, but to have it in this is even better. Once again, you'll see me like scrunch it into my hair and whatever. And I don't use like a matching set of shampoo and conditioner, which I know some people like to, but I just don't because this is what works for me. Next, here's the hair mask that I'm using as of right now. This was given to me by influencer, I think that's how you say it, but I actually really like this, and this is my second tub of it. So it just looks like this, you know, it's just white. It smells really good. It's a matcha green tea and apple blossom or something. It's like a hair butter, but it really, really makes my hair feel so soft. Like it makes it great. And this, the Not Your Mother's brand, which is what I think that this is. Yeah, they're cruelty free and all that stuff, which is even better. I think that Shea Moisture is too. Yeah, I don't know if OGX is. It doesn't say. Oh, yes it does. Yeah, not tested on animals. So we're 3 for 3 right now. If you can find this, this isn't very expensive. This is just at the drugstore. It smells so good and works so good. And I don't use this every single time that I wash my hair, but every couple of times that I do, I'll put it in there. Works like a charm, you know. I also have this little nifty thing right here. If you don't know what this is, it's a shampoo brush. If you have curly hair and you don't have one of these, I do recommend getting one just because it feels nice. It gives you a little head massage. You'll see me use this too. The bristles on it are silicone, so they like move with your hair, which is kind of nice, but you know, and it just helps get the shampoo really in there. And there's something about it that says it like stimulates hair growth or something. I don't really know if that's true, but it feels nice, so there's my excuse for having that. I will also say that I do not ever brush my hair. I never brush my hair. That is a no. We are not brushing our hair in this house. That is not happening. It breaks up your curls, it breaks your hair off. If I do any type of brushing, it is with a wide tooth comb, and I only do that when I am in the shower. It's not happening outside of the shower, only inside. And that is just to get the hair that is hanging out of my hair so it doesn't clog my drain. Because that is quite an issue that I have. I have pretty thick hair, even though half of it's gone, it's still pretty thick. If you don't know, I've got an undercut. It looks really nasty right now. It looks like a reverse mullet, but you know, whatever. So yeah, don't brush your hair. Stop it. It's gonna break your hair off. So when I get out of the shower, I have been using this Cantu moisturizing curl activating cream or whatever. This again has no sulfates, parabens, gluten, blah, 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 this, that, and the other. I love the way that this smells. It is amazing. It doesn't make my hair feel sticky or like oily or anything, and it holds really good. And this I found in Sally's, but I think that they sell it in like Walmart and Walgreens too. I'm not exactly sure, but I did find this in Sally's, and this was recommended to me by Scarlett, and she uses it, and it's great. It's worth the money, which it's not like an investment, so you know. I have used the Diva Curl, what's it called, like coconut curl stuff, if you know what I'm talking about. But I've used up all of it that I have, and we don't really have Diva Curl money in this house all the time as much as I go through hair products. Next, my hair oil that I'm using just right now is from Herbal Essences. I'm almost done with this. I usually like the OGX Argan Oil. It's a little container like this, and it just has like this golden color oil in it. I usually like that, but this is what I have right now, and I'm gonna use it up before I buy something else. This smells really good. It doesn't make my hair oily. It conditions it without making it feel disgusting. I just think that I like the one from OGX a little more. I don't really have a particular reason, but yeah, I feel like that one's a little bit better for my hair than this one is. Some of my products do kind of change out from time to time just because I like to try different things here and there. And sometimes if I know that the weather is gonna be really like wet and rainy, then I will actually skip the Cantu and I will just go straight to a Weedad gel because I feel like that holds it a little bit better. So that's just a little trick that I've found. But I feel like gels hold a little bit better than just creams do, but I'm not really that big of a fan of gels, to be completely honest, just because they do leave that more of a hard kind of feel on your hair than creams do. That's just personal opinion. Yeah, I don't use a hair dryer. I have one, I don't ever use it because it makes my hair look awful. Absolutely awful. It just turns everything to poofy, and it's probably because I'm not drying it right, but I prefer air drying my hair. And when I do like towel dry it or whatever, I don't use like a regular towel. I will use a t-shirt or a microfiber towel, which I have a few of those, but I usually just use a t-shirt because I feel like that just helps the freeze a little bit better. Me personally, I do have really frizzy hair. This has a bunch of product in it, so that's why this is a little bit tame today. We're gonna take my makeup off because y'all ain't gonna see me looking like I'm having a mental breakdown in my shower, and then we can just jump in together. But we're not gonna be naked because we're not that desperate for views yet. Maybe in the future, not gonna happen. But yeah, let's get real intimate and jump in the shower. Okay, so it's like much later. I'm ugly again, and I guess we're gonna wash my hair. I need you to know how wrong this feels to get in here with clothes on, but I ain't getting naked, so yeah, welcome to my shower. This might be the only time that you see it, but I'm gonna cut on the water, try not to die. Okay, now that we have survived the shower, I'm just gonna do what I usually do when I'm like styling it or whatever. So that means But I am going to put my Cantu on my hair while it's still wet. Some people like to wait until it's damp, but I think that it does a little bit better if I do it right when I'm getting out of the shower. You like my eyeliner. Anyway, I usually just put it on right when I'm getting out of the shower, and I don't know. I think that it does better. Maybe that's in my head, but let me get it off the counter and then I'll be right back here. Okay, so I'm gonna put it in and then I'm gonna just scrunch it in a t-shirt. This is an Old Mayday Parade t-shirt. If you like them, shout out. But I use that one just, well, I use a few of them, but that one was the one on top that's like the softest. So that's why that one's getting used today. Next, I'm just gonna put it in my hair and then scrunch it with the t-shirt, and then I'll put it up with the t-shirt. I'll show you how much I kind of use. Okay. I start out with about this much, which looks like a lot, but I have a lot of hair, so you know. And I'm gonna spread it on both of my hands. If you saw me, I mean, obviously you saw me if you're this far, but if you noticed, I was going through my hair with my hands together like this. Some people call it like the prayer hands method or whatever, but it's just so I'm not raking my hands through my hair because that can mess up your curls. So good little tip that I've got for you, and I'm gonna do this upside down. And you're gonna hear some really good noises happening. Isn't that just great? It's gonna sound like macaroni and cheese in here. And if you know what that sounds like, that's all I'm gonna say. Now I'm gonna take the bigger part of the t-shirt, which is kind of like the back of it, and just, you know, pretty much do to my hair what I was doing with my hands, but with the t-shirt now. And this kind of helps frizz not really happen as bad. I mean, it still happens a little bit, but not as bad. Now I'm gonna flip my head and kind of scrunch it from this side too. Really make sure that you get your roots. If you were wondering why I wash and condition and everything my hair upside down, it helps with volume. So yeah, if you got that question, that's why. I don't know if I explained that before, but now that we're here and we're just sitting, I might as well explain. Ooh, that's cute. If you can tell, it's starting to kind of wave up a little bit. You can probably tell towards the back a little bit better. It usually doesn't start to actually get like those few ringlet curls that I have until it's almost completely dry. So I can just come back to y'all in the morning when it is completely dry and you'll be able to see it. So now that we've done that part, I'm going to open the t-shirt as if I were to be putting it on my head, and I'm gonna look real cute. And I'm just gonna tie it up in it and then leave it on for a couple of hours until it's just damp. And then I'll go to sleep, and then I'll get up, and then we'll be back. You won't even know that it's the next day, besides that I just told you. But like I said, I don't use blow dryers, so this is more of a wait process and see what happens. So you know, that's how that one goes. I guess that this is the end of this part, and I will see you in the morning. Okay, so it's the next morning. Hey, this is kind of how my hair is dried. If you can tell, there's some parts that, like I said in the beginning, like I kind of have a mixture of curl patterns. Let me see. I have some pieces that, you know, are like straight up, you know, like a good little spiral. And then I've got some pieces that are almost straight, like what is this? And you know, it's just kind of that whole thing, like throughout all of my hair. Most of it on the bottom is usually kind of just wavy. My bangs kind of curled interesting this morning, but that's all right. So yeah, this is how it usually does. It gets really big. If you haven't seen me before and this is your first video, this is just how I do. I don't think that I have any more like hair tips or anything besides maybe if you're still trying to figure out what works for you. I'd say stick to things that are on the natural side, and that don't have all of these chemicals that maybe you don't know the names of. Definitely don't buy stuff from your weird cousin on Facebook because she's trying to like go to Bahamas or something. Like, I would stick to brands that their whole lineup is for people with curly hair and not just like something from, I don't know, like Pantene, Tresemme, like, you know, their whole hairline isn't for people with curly hair. I would stick with more like Shea Moisture, Cantu, Maui Moisture, Diva Curl, Weedad, those kind of brands. And I would definitely say that you don't have to get anything that's like, just because it's more expensive than something that would be regular. Definitely, I wouldn't say that you just need to jump in and get that, because just because it costs more, it doesn't mean that it's better, you know? Just like anything else. I would say start cheap and then move your way up. Try to find things that don't have sulfates, parabens, you know, all that stuff, because it really does make a difference in your hair. Just honestly. So yeah, that's the end of this video. If you've got any more questions, you can leave them below. I mean, I'm not like an expert and everybody's curly hair is going to be different, but you know, I hope that you got some tips out of this. I don't know if it will be anything beneficial, but I hope that it is. And yeah, I hope that you enjoyed it and that you got something out of it. Tell me if you try it and that if it works for you, that would be cool. Yeah, so like, subscribe, send it to everybody that you know, and I will see you guys next Monday. Bye.